In the world of aviation, few aircraft have captured the imagination like the B-2 stealth bomber. A symbol of technological might, it became a legend before it even rolled off the production line. Today, we explore the journey of the B-2, from its inception to its role in modern warfare. This is Stealth in the Skies, the legacy of the B-2 bomber, on World History Channel. Enveloped in a mantle of stealth, the B-2 flies into danger zones, capable of delivering 40,000 pounds of ordnance, while remaining almost undetectable. Our story begins on a cold spring morning in 1999. Over Yugoslavia, two B-2s are about to penetrate enemy airspace for the first time. The stakes are high and the crew is alert. The stealth technology is unproven in combat. Will it hold up against the enemy's defenses?
Early on, we weren't sure. What the enemy was capable of seeing or anything like that. In fact, the first night of Operation Allied Force, as the airplanes are flying into Serbia, there was a MiG engagement with an F-15 directly below the airplane. And it turns out the MiG had no idea that the B-2s were directly overhead. And hearing that report just started to really quickly build the confidence in stealth technology.
The pilots, in the cockpit for over 14 hours, refuel over the Mediterranean, then slip into stealth mode. Their mission? Precise and secretive.
On the way there, you're not so much nervous as you are anticipating what you're about to go through, but you're also taking advantage of the time that you have to prepare yourself to do it well. And so you spend time studying imagery and studying the targets and familiarizing yourself with where the threats might be.
The B-2s, armed only with their stealth, embark on their bomb runs. The tension rises as weapons bay doors open, momentarily increasing their radar signature.
Normally on a training mission, when we're just simulating the release of weapons, we don't open the weapons bay doors. Obviously on a combat mission, when you're dropping weapons out, the doors do come open. And so there's drag on the airplane, there's noise on the airplane. There's a clunk when the weapon falls off the airplane.
The aircraft shudder as the bombs release. For the crew, this moment solidifies the reality of their mission. The results are staggering: 16 classified targets, 16 direct hits.
The most unique aspect of it, which really kind of gave me the sense of, hey, this is for real, is my first release when the weapons started to come out and you felt the weapons dropping and being discharged from the airplane. That's when the hairs on the back of my neck just started to kind of raise, and I realized, hey, this is for real.
Back at the command center, a message arrives. Darth 01 and 02, clean and green. The B-2s are safe and en route home. In this pivotal moment, the B-2 asserts its role in modern aerial warfare. The concept of a flying wing was not new. In the early 20th century, visionaries imagined that the future of flight and warfare lay in this radical design. The Horten brothers were pioneers advancing the idea with their work for Nazi Germany. Their efforts laid the groundwork for what would eventually evolve into the B-2.
The Horten brothers were very interested in highly efficient gliders. And it's not such a great leap of imagination to realize that the most efficient form for any flying machine is just a pure wing.
The Horten brothers, Braemar and Walter, were key figures in early stealth technology. Their notable contribution, the Horten 9, featured a revolutionary flying wing design, diminishing its radar visibility. This design significantly influenced later stealth aircraft, including the B-2 Spirit bomber, marking a pivotal moment in aviation history.
Burton number 9 was the pinnacle of the brothers' development of the flying wing. And the prototype achieved a speed of something like 500 miles an hour. They had clearly demonstrated that you could build a vehicle with jet engines, that you could fly it, that it had very high speed potential, and so they had really validated the concept.
In America, Jack Northrop dreamt of flying wings since the 1920s. His contributions would later influence the design of the B-2.
Northrop's idea was, first of all, to minimize the tail and the fuselage, and then, as a last step, to get rid of the tail altogether. So he went through a whole series of smaller steps in order to achieve the all-wing configuration. This was where Northrop's vision really started to take shape, because the XB-35 had a wingspan of about 60 meters. This is a big airplane, even by today's standards. Its problem was that whilst its top speed was about 400 miles an hour, its speed in long-range cruise was only 185 miles an hour.
Despite initial setbacks and the scrapping of early designs, the concept of the flying wing persisted.
From the Air Force's point of view, I don't think you could quibble with the decision they made on the day, given the vehicles that were on the table in front of them.
As the Cold War intensified, the need for an aircraft that could evade radar detection became crucial. This need gave birth to the stealth technology that would define the B-2.
It became apparent that any bomber aircraft that had to penetrate Soviet airspace was going to have to run a layered gauntlet of air defense missiles that could shoot down aircraft no matter how high or how low they were flying. The only way to evade Soviet air defense missiles was to fly so high that you're never going to hit a target with your bomb.
Northrop, once witnessing the demise of their flying wing designs, re-emerged to lead the development of the B-2. It was a race against time and technological limits.
What Northrop had to do was develop a computer system that would enable the B-2, as it came to be called, to stabilize itself using feedback and the fastest computers they could get. So the stabilization of a B-2 flying wing configuration becomes a software and computer hardware problem. It becomes a cybernetic problem.
In 1988, the B-2 was unveiled. It stunned the world with its revolutionary design. Yet, as the Soviet Union crumbled, the future of the B-2 faced uncertainty.
The Soviet Union was carefully examining things like American technical journals and the American defense budget so that they would know what threats they'd have to deal with in the upcoming years. And in order not to have this very nifty new bit of stealth technology apparent to the Soviets just by picking up the annual published defense budget, they had to make it what's called a black program.
The B-2 would find its purpose not against the Soviet Union, but in new conflicts. From Yugoslavia to Afghanistan and Iraq, the B-2 proved its capabilities as a precision bomber and a symbol of American air power.
The shape of the airframe, the glass cockpit, the displays, and the amazing contributions that some very smart engineers made to make that plane possible. And just looking at it fly was pretty amazing.
It's just an incredible marvel to see something of such an unorthodox shape. It's almost an eerie sense of awe that you get when you see that aircraft flying.
And I hear this kind of high-pitched whistling sound, and I stop, and I kind of drive closer to the flight line there, and out of like the shadows around the corner of those docks, I just see lights flashing. And I was like, what in the world is that? And it gets closer, and that was my first actual glimpse of a B-2. At the Air Force Academy, I'd seen flyovers, but nothing like that, and not that feeling like I have arrived. It was pretty cool.
Today, the B-2 remains a key component of the U.S. Air Force. Its pilots, a select group, understand the weight of their responsibility. As technology advances, the B-2 continues to evolve, ready to meet the challenges of a new era. From a dream in the early 20th century to a marvel of modern engineering, the B-2 stealth bomber has journeyed through history, leaving an indelible mark on the skies and on the annals of aviation. This has been Stealth in the Skies, the legacy of the B-2 bomber.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through history on the World History Channel. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the fascinating stories and events that have shaped our world. If you found this video informative and entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. By subscribing to our channel, you'll never miss out on any of our future content, covering everything from ancient civilizations to modern-day events. We love hearing from our viewers, so please leave a comment below and let us know what topics you'd like us to cover next. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue to create engaging and educational content for you. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and together, let's keep exploring the captivating stories of our world. Thank you for watching the World History Channel.